We have 620 flights a week over the North Atlantic, and all of those we're seeing extreme demand. Great business outlook, a robust economy, and it's not just the typical business that we would have expected in the past of corporate business travel. Increasingly, the demand for premium products that we're seeing and international experiences is coming from this hybrid mix of business and leisure people that are extending business trips or that are trying to really get out and see parts of the world that they now realize they value so much, having been reduced and shut off from that. So in our world, the economy and Delta's business outlook is extremely robust at a time when other industries, ironically, are kind of pulling their horns in. We're on our front foot on offense. The adjustments and the refinements that we make as a result of that are increasingly not the top of the funnel, because demand and robust interest in travel exists, not just for Delta, but across industries. So for us, it's really about how do we enhance that experience and ensure that demand for Delta into the future is a byproduct of a very different type of experience and an elevated product and customer experience. The advertising spend that we see that is working is in data and analytics, where there's a back-end closed loop that allows you to have accountability for the spend. I think we're very much of the belief that it's an investment on which a return ought to be generated. It doesn't just go into the ether and you don't hold yourself accountable. So, our team really focuses on bringing accountability as best as we're able to things that weren't. Where it's not working, I think, is broadly in sponsorships and things that are just generic awareness. Delta's got high awareness, not only in the United States, but in most of the markets where we operate. And the reality is sponsorships that don't allow you to present Delta in a context, that are just broad kind of affinity programs, I think is increasingly under scrutiny and likely to reduce, while so many of these other more accountable forms of investment get those resources. I think for us, increasingly, the things that we see on the near-term horizon are what data can do for us to inform what customers find even greater value in. There's great stories right now where you used to learn that you've crossed a threshold into a platinum status or diamond status, that increasingly today our flight attendants are actually able to identify and notify a passenger on the very flight they're on as they're crossing million miler status, as an example. So that real-time empathy, the real-time kind of currency of somebody's experience, and knowing that a company the size of Delta, who has the privilege of serving 200 million people, is simultaneously able to know you're not one of a million, you're one of the specific people that we are talking to on that plane. And I think for us, more and more emphasis and more organizational resources going into personalization and private communication with our best customers.